Have you ever looked at someone's YouTube channel and wonder how on earth are they growing this fast, where you'll see some people get 1,000 subscribers in 24 hours, and then you'll look at your channel and you're wondering, why am I actually losing subscribers, let alone getting any? Well, in today's video, I'm gonna give you 5 practical ways that you can grow your YouTube channel in 2020 to 1,000 subscribers or more. Let's get right into it. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Irvin Pena, but you probably know me as Irv Official. Look, if you've ever asked yourself the question, why am I not growing? Why am I losing subscribers? Or why am I putting out so much content and so much effort, but yet I'm not seeing the fruits of my labor? Well, look, you're not alone, because I've been there too. I've been in places where I've put out content that I absolutely loved and I've enjoyed to get only 30 views, and then I've put out other content that really wasn't something that I wanted to talk about that actually ended up getting me thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of views. Now, before you jump the gun and you turn the video off and you ask yourself, well, are you asking me to make content that I don't want to talk about? Well, no. Hear me out, because the tips that I'm going to give you today is exactly what I've used to grow my channel from 0 subscribers to where it's at today. So if it's worked for me, it's worked for other big YouTubers, then why wouldn't it work for you? I don't think that you're an exception, and I don't think that there's anything wrong with you or your channel. I just think that there's maybe a few tweaks that need to be done in order for you to see the growth that you've been waiting for. And so before we get into those tips, I first want to ask you 3 questions. The first one is, why do you want to grow to 1,000 subscribers? I mean, why do you want a bigger audience? Are you trying to monetize your audience? Is there a message that you're trying to get across? Are you just trying to show off to your friends? Are you competing with someone else that maybe has more subscribers than you? Why exactly do you want a bigger audience, subscribers, followers, however you want to slice it? Is that going to make you feel better about yourself and your content, or are you trying to find security in it? Because if it is, I can assure you that when you get to 1,000 subscribers, you're gonna wanna know what it feels like to have 2,000 subscribers. When you get to 2,000, you're gonna wanna know what it feels like to get 10,000 subscribers. And if you're trying to justify your content being good to the barometer of more subscribers, then you really have to question yourself of why you've actually decided to start a YouTube channel all together. Because the same security that you have with one person deciding to hit the subscribe button is the same happiness that you should feel when you have 100,000 plus subscribers deciding to watch your content. It really shouldn't dictate how happy you actually are. The second question is, what makes you different? Are you a cooking channel? Are you a podcast style channel? Are you more of a finance channel? Are you a makeup channel? What exactly makes you different from the other hundreds, if not thousands of channels that are out there putting up videos each and every single day? If you're a reaction channel and you're reacting to, let's say, the craziest prank that just happened last week that hit the trending page, why will someone decide to watch your reaction video versus someone else with, let's say, 50 or 60,000 subscribers? And the third one is a big one, at least in my opinion, because this is how I've been able to scale my channel to where it's at today, and that's, how are you improving someone else's life? If someone else watches your content, let's say you have 800 subscribers and they're watching your content, why would they want to share or hit the share button to their friends, to their family, put it on Facebook, share it on Instagram? Are you improving their life? Are you maybe teaching them how to do something a little bit quicker, maybe a bit more efficiently? Are you making their life easier? Are you maybe passing on information and let's say cramming 20 hours of research down into a 10-minute video that's making their life easier so that they can then digest that information and make better decisions with their lifestyle or what they want to do? So ask yourself those 3 questions before moving forward into the 5 tips that I'm about to give you right now. So the first tip to 1,000 subscribers is, what type of traffic are you driving to your YouTube channel? Are you using your Instagram? Are you utilizing your story to maybe build a little bit of hype before you actually publish your video? Do you have a like page? Do you have an actual personal Facebook page? Do you have a Reddit page? Is there a TikTok account that you're maybe using to drive traffic back into your YouTube videos? Because if you're just depending on the YouTube algorithm to push your video, well, you're gonna be competing against hundreds of thousands, if not millions of videos that YouTube is trying to decide, okay, is this something worth pushing or not? And so at first, at least, you have to take it upon yourself to push your content out to as many people as possible, even if it literally means using that link to send it to your closest friends, to your relatives, or even your clients if, let's say, your YouTube is based around some type of business. So vary the type of audiences that you're sharing your content with, as well as the amount of people that you decide to put that in front of, again, using different social platforms. Number 2, get discoverable. And what do I mean by that? Are you utilizing your tags to the highest potential? Are you utilizing your description to the highest potential? How clickable, not clickbait, how clickable is your thumbnail, and how clickable is your actual subject? So this is something that I like to use right here, and this is a little ninja for some of you guys. What you want to do is you want to make the thumbnail a little clickbaity, not saying that it's going to be drastically different from what you're talking about. Let's say if you have a cat on your thumbnail and then you're talking about coffee, and then somebody watches the video and it has nothing to do with the thumbnail, then that's clickbait at that point. I mean, at that point, if they come off of the video, YouTube is already gonna know that. Look, the same way that, let's say 100 people went onto the video, they all came off of it within the first 25 seconds. YouTube at that point knows that let's not continue to push this out. So either way, your video will most likely get audited by the YouTube algorithm. But on the back end of that, if let's say I have something about cars, and I'll say something like, for a crazy Ferrari versus extremely fast Lamborghini, just to throw an example out there, that's a little bit more clickbaity because that's a little bit more subjective to someone who may not think that that Lamborghini is extremely fast. But the part that actually you want to focus on is the actual subject, and that's where you actually want to write out the subject line that'll get maybe caught within the algorithm of YouTube. So if someone is looking for a, let's say, a new Ferrari that just came out last week, a 2020 new Ferrari versus a 2017 Lamborghini that somehow people just search for. And again, this is going to come down to the type of videos that you want to make. I'm just using this as a general example. Make it your own. Then I'm going to try to use those names within the subject line because that's actually where I am trying to rank. And then what you want to do is you want to get sharp with your description of describing the video, because within the first 5 lines, I would say, YouTube actually picks up what your video's about within the description. And so you want to try to cram in naturally as many keywords as possible within that within the first 5 lines of your message. Now, when it comes to the tagline, this is where things get really interesting, because this is what allows YouTube to ultimately know as well what your, this is like the seal, if I can say, of what your YouTube video is actually about. And so you want to use a software that I use myself. It's called TubeBuddy. You guys can check the link down below. They actually give you guys a free 14-day trial, and then after that, if you like it, you can decide to go ahead and use the different paid versions that they have. Once you use TubeBuddy, I can assure you that you're not gonna go back, because it's actually what's helped me go from when I first hit 1,000 subscribers to where I am today. I think at the time of this recording, right around 62, maybe 63. So the third tip, and if you guys are finding value in this content, would you guys mind hitting that like button down below? It lets the YouTube algorithm know that this is a video worth sharing with more people. And if you haven't done so already, make sure to join the official community by hitting that subscribe button. And now that I've done that, you now see what point number 3 is, and that's CTA, and that is known as a call to action. Do not be afraid to ask people to hit that like button down below, or join your community, join your tribe, join your squad, whatever you want to call it, because at the end of the day, everything within YouTube is an ecosystem. If this is your first time on my channel, then I call my community the official community, the official family, because that's what this is. If you look at the comments, you see how people engage with each other, and I'm actually down there with them, talking with them, engaging with them, letting them know that I'm an actual real person. I edit my own videos, I put out my own content, and I'm in the comments myself. I don't hand this off to a third party to do it for me, because I never want to lose that interaction. Same thing if you head over to my TikTok or to my Instagram. I control all of that stuff myself. I want to know who messages me. I want to know who commented. I want to know who has a question. And so a call to action is super important, because let's say if somebody's watching a video, they're 2-3 minutes in and they're loving it, and they're so, let's say, amused by the information that you've given them, and they're just enamored with the way that you're presenting it, that all of a sudden they just forget to like it. They say, wow, that was a great video, and they're off to the next video. But if you stop right in the middle of the video, or within the first 2 minutes, or even middle end, and you say, hey guys, by the way, if you guys are enjoying this content, or if you guys are enjoying this tutorial, would you guys mind hitting that like button down below, because it lets me know that the content that I'm putting out is, is helping you guys out. Even something as simple as that, obviously make it your own. what's gonna happen is they're gonna say, yeah, actually, I did enjoy that piece of content. Yeah, let me like it. And it kind of like snaps them out of the rhythm of just watching the video to watch it before moving on to the next one. Because if they move on to the next one, that viewer may be gone. And they may never find your channel again, especially as YouTube continues to put out more videos and they continue to change the algorithms. So don't be afraid to use the CTA, call to action. Now, number 4, in my opinion, is probably the most important tip of the entire video, for the simple fact that it's one that's overlooked. People like to use the keywords. People, let's say they engage with their audience. They're down in the comments talking to everyone. They're pushing traffic into their videos. But the 4th one is one that's overlooked, and that's how consistently are you creating? Are you a consistent creator? And ask yourself that question and be honest with yourself. Are you posting once a week and taking 2 weeks off because you just don't feel like it, or you're just not in a creative flow? Or are you posting, let's say, 3 videos in one day and then all of a sudden you take 1 month off? Look, that ultimately puts more pressure on you as a creator, and it also lets the audience know that maybe this isn't a channel or a community that I want to be a part of. Because if people are subscribing to you for your content, then they're expecting it within a certain timeline. Now, you can do what a lot of creators do, and I've personally never done this, but I've seen them do it, and I've seen them grow their channels to high levels. Within the banner, they let the people know, let's say their subscribers, they let them know, hey, look, I'm going to be posting Mondays and Wednesdays at 5 p.m., let's say West Coast time or Eastern Standard Time. And so now their subscribers know, okay, if I subscribe to this channel, let's say it's a cooking channel, or let's say it's a makeup channel, they now know, okay, I know every Monday and every Wednesday at 5 p.m. I know to expect the video. Now, I myself never did that, not saying that it didn't work for me or it doesn't work, but again, I just never found myself taking that route. But what I did find myself was I never went 1 full week without actually posting once I got into a rhythm. My recommendation is 2 to 3 times a week, especially if you're starting out. If you can do maybe 3 to 4, I know that's a lot of pressure, but it puts you into a creative space that, trust me, it's going to force you to get a little sharper with your delivery, and it's going to cause you to think outside the box to be able to bring different styles and different types of messages that you haven't already been putting out, because now you're not holding back. You're giving everything out, and as the law says, the more you give, the more you actually receive. Now, tip number 5 is setting hooks. Now, let me give you an example of a good hook in my opinion. You click on the video, and within the first 10 to 15 seconds of you watching, I start off by saying, are you tired of going to work and by 2, 3 p.m. you're falling asleep on your desk and you're running behind on your work? Well, in today's video, I'm gonna give you 3 tips that'll help you break that and become more productive. Immediately, you know, okay, even if I'm not falling asleep at work at 2, 3 p.m., maybe I'm falling asleep at work at 1 p.m., maybe I'm falling asleep at work I have a midnight shift, but I know that I'm falling asleep. So that automatically applies to me. The other half of that is I want to be more productive. Who doesn't want to be more productive? And it's only 2 to 3 tips that's gonna help me get there. Set your hooks early, because what ends up happening is you keep people on your video a little longer. One of the best ways to find out how long people are actually staying on your video is by using the YouTube analytics. In my opinion, I've found, and this is from speaking with creators across the platform, aim for a 30 to 45% of a retention rate on your videos. Anything more, in my opinion, over 50% retention rate on your videos is superb. And there you guys have it. I hope that you enjoyed this video today. Let me know what your thoughts were on these 5 tips that I shared with you. If I missed one that maybe you've used to get over 1,000 subscribers on your channel, drop it down in the comments. We'd love to see it. Again, this is a community that I've built solely off of helping others grow and learn. So if you have any questions, again, whenever I publish a video, you can find me down there within the first 30 to 45 minutes once my video goes live. If you haven't done so already, make sure to hit that like button down below. It lets YouTube know that this is a video worth sharing with others. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join the official community. Once again, my name is Irvin Pena, but you probably know me as Irv Official. Until next time, everyone, we'll see ya.